The Boeing 787 Dreamliner is one of the most modern and safest aircraft in the world. There were 242 people on board, including 12 crew members. It took off at 1:39 p.m. local time from Ahmedabad airport in the Indian state of Gujarat. It was scheduled to land at London Gatwick 9 hours later. However, this did not happen. A few dozen seconds after takeoff, the plane crashed to the ground. Eyewitness recordings show a fireball followed by black smoke rising above a densely populated neighbourhood near the runway. My sister was flying to London. This is a tragedy for our whole family. I don't know how we'll get through this. All emergency services arrived at the scene immediately. Emergency services, the fire department, the police and civil administration arrived at the crash site within 2 to 3 minutes. The search and rescue operation is currently underway. The plane crashed into the cafeteria of a medical academy. According to local authorities, many medical students are among the victims. My son went to the hostel for lunch. The plane crashed into the hostel. He's fine. I spoke to him. People died. I have to go inside to see my son. My office is 200 meters away from this. I heard a loud noise and went outside. Then I saw a thick cloud of smoke. People started running in chaos. Now that I've arrived here, I can see the situation. The Indian Directorate General of Civil Aviation reported that the captain of the plane had over 8,200 hours of flight time. The co-pilot had 1,100 hours of experience. The investigation is continuing. It is too early to talk about the cause or determine the exact number of victims. Our priority is to rescue the injured. The Prime Minister is monitoring the situation on a continuing basis. Air India reported that there were 242 people on board, including 11 children. Of these, 169 were Indian citizens, 53 were British, 7 were Portuguese, and 1 was Canadian.
My thoughts, and I'm sure those of the entire House, are with those who've been affected by the tragic plane crash in India this morning. We know that British nationals were on board, and Mr. Speaker, I can confirm that the FCDO is working urgently with local authorities to support British nationals and their families.
King Charles III and Queen Camilla were shocked by the news that reached the United Kingdom early this morning, as they said in a special statement. Our special prayers and deepest possible sympathy are with the families and friends of all those affected by this appallingly tragic incident across so many nations, as they await news of their loved ones. I would like to pay a particular tribute to the heroic efforts of the emergency services and all those providing help and support at this most heartbreaking and traumatic time. An experienced pilot and former CEO of LOT Airlines, Jacek Balca, says that at this point any attempts to find the causes of the crash are mere speculation. The black boxes will be the basis for determining the causes of the crash. The plane fell from a low altitude. Despite the explosions, the boxes are durable and properly secured, and the data will be readable, and then we will know the truth. Were both engines working? At what power? What did the pilots say to each other? Because it is natural that they did not have time to say anything more to the tower than Mayday. Considered safe and modern, it entered production in 2011. Currently there are over 1,100 of them flying around the world. Passengers of the Polish airline LOT also fly on Dreamliners. This is the first passenger aircraft of this size to be built from composites, i.e. synthetic materials, unlike previous generations of aircraft, which are made of aluminium and other metals. The second thing is that the wings of these aircraft are a single element, built on a single long spar, which makes them more aerodynamic and flexible, making the flight more comfortable for passengers, as they do not feel turbulence as much, and it also burns less fuel. We will have to wait at least a few weeks for the results of the investigation, but one hypothesis immediately comes to mind. There will certainly be an international investigation involving the aircraft manufacturer, the engine manufacturer and representatives of the Indian authorities, which will take weeks before we know the preliminary conclusions and months before the final conclusions. This is the first Dreamliner crash in history.